Hello and welcome to the programme. Now, following the second round of elections, Ukrainians have chosen their new president, 41-year-old showman Volodymyr Zelensky. Now, he received the maximum support in the history of independent Ukraine in such an election, 73% of the votes. Now, the new president faces a number of difficult tasks, but one of them is to find a common language with the current Verkhovna Rada while entering the active phase of preparations for the forthcoming parliamentary elections, which are also not too far away. Now, I'm pleased to say, to talk more about this, we welcome to the studio today Bohdan Bondarenko. He's an expert at the Centre of Policy and Legal Reform. Hi, Bohdan. Thanks for coming in.
Hello.
So let's talk about this. What do you think Mr. Zelensky's strategy is going to be as he looks forward towards these parliamentary elections later this year?
So it's an interesting question. And first of all, in my opinion, we haven't got possibility to talk that Volodymyr Zelensky will have some common language with this parliament, with eighth session of the parliament, because really he has different programs in the pre-election period, and he said that he's an enemy of this parliament, of these political elites.
Yes.
So, on his opinion, and as I understand, it isn't necessary for him to cooperate with this parliament. In this case, he has two different options. So, first of all, we can talk about the pre-scheduled elections to the Verkhovna Rada, and second one is, as I said, that the elections will be in October of 2019. So, in the second variant, the doings of and activities of the Volodymyr Zelensky can be next. He will make some legal initiatives, make some bills on the national referenda, for example, on the abolish
the national referendum of what?
We have, on this moment in Ukraine, we haven't got the law on national referenda.
Oh, the law itself.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah. And he can develop the bill on national referenda and put it to the parliament. So it's like the parliament will discuss and argue on this law, but Volodymyr Zelensky can say to the Ukrainians that, look, I'm your president and I make what I can. But this bad parliament, they don't want to cooperate with me, but I promised you that I will make this bill, so I read it.
Yeah.
So in this case, he can talk to and put his public representatives for the October of 2019, and after that he can say to the voters, like, now you can vote for me, for my faction in the parliament, and after that we will start to work. The first variant, if we talk about the pre-scheduled elections, it's more complicated thing. So why it's so complicated? Because we have the Constitution, and the Constitution has some different provisions which regulate this situation. So first provision, we should understand that our parliament, it is impossible to terminate its term of authority for 6 months before the end of its term.
Oh, really?
So, it means that if we understand that Verkhovna Rada of a session, so this Verkhovna Rada, acquired its authority on 27th of November of 2014, the term of Verkhovna Rada is 5 years. It means that the end of this term will be on 27th November of 2019. Volodymyr Zelensky has the power to terminate the term of Verkhovna Rada only for the 27th of May. After that, it is impossible to terminate the term of Verkhovna Rada.
I mean, does that make him more likely to do that sooner, or is there not really a mechanism where now he can dissolve the parliament?
He can dissolve the parliament. It is possible for him, but only before the 27th of May. But to dissolve the parliament, he should be the president. He starts to be the president after bringing him the oath.
And it's actually, isn't it up to the parliament, if I'm wrong, to decide?
Yeah. It's up to the parliament. So it's an interesting situation. So the situation is next, that our Central Election Commission should, like, approximately 1st and 2nd May, they should say who voted, officially say who voted on these elections. After that, there is a term that for 30 days from this moment, President should swear the oath in the parliament. So only 30 days.
Yeah.
But the day is decided by the parliament.
Yeah, and I guess that if the parliament can't decide this, then it's up to the speaker, is that right, or the chairman?
Yeah, the speaker should nominate the date, and the parliament should vote for this date.
But what if they can't vote for it?
They can put it, for example, on the 3rd June or the 28th of May.
What do you think is going to happen then?
I think it will be for approximately 28th May or something like that.
So it'll be right on the border, almost.
Yeah, yeah. But it will be impossible to dissolve the parliament for the Volodymyr Zelensky. But there is two different interesting things. First of all, that we have another constitutional provision which say that the term being in office of the president is 5 years also. President Poroshenko swore an oath, as I remember, on 7th of June 2014. So it means he should be in office for 7th June 2014.
Okay.
So the best way is to put the day of the oath on the 7th June of 2014. It will be okay. It is possible to do under the constitution.
Yeah.
But in the same time, Volodymyr Zelensky haven't got any possibility to dissolve the parliament.
Yeah.
And that's why now some different lawyers start to say that it is possible to dissolve the parliament not for example, for the 27th of May, but it's possible to dissolve it before the 14th of June.
Yeah.
It is unconstitutional thing. It is like bad idea really, but they try to talk about this in the public sphere, but I don't believe it will be possible.
But I know you're an expert in constitutional law, but I want to get your sort of political view for a second. Do you think, what is the advantage, should I say, for Volodymyr Zelensky to actually dissolve the parliament faster? Surely it would be better, in some people's view, to wait a couple of months. As you said, he'll introduce a few bills, they'll get blocked by the Rada, and then he can say to his supporters, well, look, guys, I'm trying to do something, but they're blocking me. And then in this way, he could get potentially more support.
I don't think it will be more support in this way. So yeah, we talk about two different ways. So first, it's like his activities which will be blocked by Verkhovna Rada. It's like a good idea, but in the second way, now he has a really good rating and he has a really big confidence from the society. So if in the case the elections will be now, it can be better for him because until the next elections, he can make some different things which will be bad for his supporters.
Yeah.
And he can put his rating more lower.
Yeah.
So in this case, on my opinion, on this moment, they're thinking about it. What will be better? So, but the main advantage for him is to bring this his confidence in the presidential elections to the parliament, like in this 73, but not 73. I think it's more lower, like 30. Between 30 and 50% to the Verkhovna Rada. In this case, it will be good for him. But we should understand another thing, that in the summertime, it is a very complicated thing to have a lot of supporters on elections, because like the people have a lot of different things to do, not to go into the elections. So they should account these things. They should make the new sociology and understand what is the best way for them. On this moment, it is very complicated to say which way is better. But we should understand that all variants are on the table.
And can you tell us a bit about Volodymyr Zelensky's influence or the presence of his party in the Rada? Because we're all familiar with the traditional parties, Bloc Petro Poroshenko, Tymoshenko's party, the Radical Party, Samopomich. We know about these familiar names, but what about Zelensky's party?
We don't know anything about it. Anything. So it's interesting because now we have the situation that the parliament elections has their own electoral system. electoral system is the parallel electoral system. So 225 MPs are voted in the parallel list system, and 225 MPs are voted on the majority point. So for Volodymyr Zelensky, the best way is have only the parallel list system, because he has the confidence for his own person. It is possible to make his party how to say, the servant of people, people's servant, and to put it like new people, but anybody knows these people, but they know Zelensky and really believe in his new presidents. So in this case, for him, it's better to have only parallel list system, because the people, the potential MPs from the majority way is the people who are the people from the previous parliaments, which are influenced by the Petro Poroshenko and Volodymyr Groysman. So for him, it's better to change the electoral system. And in the same time, if you mentioned the political parties like Radical Party, Samopomощь, etc., they have only, like, for example, approximately 3%. So they can agree that they will change in this parliament their electoral system, the level of necessity to have the only 3% of the vote or of the votes to be in the parliament will be made, and in this case, the Samopomощь and the Radicalna Party, they have the possibility to be in the next parliament, because 5% for him is for them it's really it's a very big amount of votes.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well hopefully we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for coming to our studio today, and we'll have to wait for those parliamentary elections. They're not too far away. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was Bohdan Bondarenko. He's an expert at the Center of Policy and Legal Reform. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more here on UATV.